Live from Gainesville, Florida, I'm Lance Williams on the Blue Wave Audio Network Senior Night. PK Yonge playing host to Impact Christian Academy. The Lions, the Blue Wave, they'll be kicking off right to left against the visiting Lions. Blue Wave wearing their navy jerseys with their blue helmets. Lions wearing white jerseys, gray pants, and black helmets with blue numbering. Sierra and Foley, one of the 7 seniors being honored on this team. He will be sending the booming kick as he storms forward, and he launches it high and far out towards the 1-yard line where he's caught by the Lions. Kick return, he's working on the left sideline, 30, breaks through some contact. He's wrapped up around the 29, and he's dropped down. The returner, Demetrius Williams Jr., sets it up for 1st and 10 for the Lions. Impact Christian Academy comes into this game off of 2 straight wins against Ridgeview and Fernandina Beach, scoring 30 or more points in both of those 2 games, whereas the home Blue Wave coming off a tough 37-0 loss last week in the district championship game to Trinity Catholic. So, coming out of the field are the Lions offense, led by their quarterback, Elijah Caldwell Hardy, who's really does a bit of everything. Over 900 all-purpose yards. He's been quite the weapon. He's lined up in the backfield with the quarterback. He takes a snap, hands it off to Caldwell Hardy, working through, bursting past the line of scrimmage. He's wrapped up and tackled by Cameron Awuma. A gain of about 5. He's tackled at the 34, so it's 2nd and 5 for the Lions. And Elijah Caldwell Hardy, he does returning, he'll rush the ball, he'll receive. He has over 200 yards in each of those categories as the ball is placed on the near hash in the opening quarter, just about a minute through. In the shotgun, it's Jaden Rollo, the quarterback. The junior lined up with Caldwell Hardy on his right side this time. With 2 receivers on his left, he takes the ball, hands it off to Caldwell Hardy. He's snagged up by the Blue Wave and taken down, maybe a gain of half a yard. It was Ty Moses, the junior. Cameron Awuma, the sophomore, with the tackle. For PK Yonge, their offense is not taking the field, but it's expected to be without their quarterback, A.J. Powers, who has started in the previous 8 games, as there's a flag on the field, and it's holding against the Lions. So they're pushed back, so it'll now be 2nd and 15. That'll push them back to about the 25-yard line. So the Blue Wave catch a break on this opening drive. Blue Wave, 2 high safeties with Moses and Foley. Ball's still there on the near hash from the Lions 25, 2nd and 15. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Roland's in there. Moves Caldwell Hardy out to the left in the flat. He catches the ball. Jukes one, makes one man miss over towards the 25. Pushed out at the 29. A gain of 4 sets up 3rd and 11. That's what we'll see a lot from this Impact Christian Academy team, is they'll hand the ball off to Elijah Caldwell Hardy. He's listed as wide receiver, safety, running back. The junior does it all for this team, really the motor of this offense. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Opening drive here for ICA. Ball on the far hash now at the 30-yard line. It's 3rd and 10. Couple rushes and a flag push them back. Roland takes snap, quickly rolls out right. He's scanning, floats it over, and it's intercepted. Caught at the 40, and he's working his way down towards the 20, breaking through, down towards the 16 with the interception. Cameron Awuma, the cornerback, with a big-time play. He's caught at the 40. Return for about 23 yards. Cameron Awuma with a big-time pick. Ten minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. So a short drive for the Lions ends in an interception. Ball is officially placed at the Lions 17. We mentioned the Blue Wave without their quarterback Powers. It'll be Willie Spain. Spain lined up, I formation, John Morant on the near sideline. Far sideline, it's Foley, he'll hand it off, breaking through, out around the 18. He might have lost a yard. It was Braden Brockington, the ball carrier. Probably about second down and 10. The gain is null. 9:30 left in the first quarter. 0-0. The Blue Waves' first offensive drive after the interception by Jaden Rollo. So it's 75 degrees out as the sun continues to set on the west horizon. A little bit of wind coming in from the east, though, making it perhaps a little bit of a chill. Senior night here in PK Yonge, second down and 10 from the opposing 17-yard line. Blue Wave going right to left. They're in the red zone. Tight formation for the Blue Wave. Spain takes the snap, hands it off to Brendan Brockton, who's quickly blown up in the backfield, tackled at the 20. There on the tackle for ICA, it was Dezon Middleton, the middle linebacker. And when you look at this ICA defense, it's spearheaded by the big edge rusher, Tristan Kelly. The senior has 20 sacks coming into this game, as it's now third down and 12 for PK Yonge. Tristan Kelly, 20 total sacks, ranks 8th in the country and 3rd in the Sunshine State. He is an absolute weapon from the outside. You'll have to keep an eye on him all game. Little prevent defense here from the Lions. Empty backfield. Spain takes it, airs it out left sideline, looking for Foley, and it's juggled and bounced around off the hands of Corday Rolek at the goal line. The intended target, the senior Foley. So it's now 4th down and 13. And it looks like Willie Spain will pull out his quarterback and they'll look for the field goal. Did not have any field goals last game. Well, they didn't have any field goal attempts. They were shut out against Trinity Catholic. So it's going to be a field goal attempted from the 20. Ball will be held around the 27. So about a 37-yard field goal for Foley. He's a soccer player. He has a long and strong leg. Reports from practice say 50, 40, maybe even 60. It's hard to tell. And the field goal is blocked and squibbed into the end zone and back out of the end zone. Might have been tipped by Takari Hall, the sophomore in the special teams group. So both teams' first drives end scoreless. And ICA will start their second drive at their own 20-yard line with 1st and 10. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network, 7:45 left in the first quarter.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break,
Coming back, I'm Lance Williams. Blue Wave, missed field goal, sets up ICA from their own 20. Ball between the hashes. Rollins takes the snap. Airs it up in the middle. There's the big man, Tristan Kelly. Bulldozes one guy, and he's finally taken down at the 44. 24-yard gain for Tristan Kelly. We mentioned his defensive prowess. You can also see him lined up as a tight end. He is about 6'3", 200 pounds, hard guy to take down. It was 3 defenders combining for the tackle. 1st and 10, ball placed at the 43.5. ICA going left to right. Line up in the shotgun. It's Jaden Rollo. Threw an interception way back in his own side of the field. 2 receivers on each side. The dynamic running back takes it on the left side past the 45, outside in the 47. A gain of about 5 by Elijah Caldwell Hardy. The team's leader in about every offensive statistical category. Under 7 minutes now in the first quarter. Ball is placed at the 48. That'll make it about 2nd down and 6 for the Lions. Ball on the far hash. Trip receivers on the right. Tight formation within the near hash. 1 receiver far left. Caldwell Hardy on the left hip of Rollins. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, airs up in the middle. It's intercepted. Blue Wave intercepted at the PK Yonge 46. No, it was incomplete. Says one official. Now they say it was intercepted. It was intercepted. I think it was Cameron Awuma again. Sorry, I think it was John Moran. It was hard to tell, but the second interception thrown by the quarterback, Rollo. 6 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. PK Yonge senior night here in Gainesville. Say the interception for the Blue Wave was John Morant. Caught at the Blue Wave 46 is where the ball is placed. It'll be 1st and 10 for Willie Spain and head coach Willie Jackson Jr. and his offense. Gotta love the defensive effort early on this Friday night. Two interceptions for the Blue Wave defense. Let's see if the offense can capitalize as they'll look to go right to left. This time they'll start off from their own 46. Willie Spain in the shotgun. Behind him is Braden Brockington, the sophomore running back, who had quite the game last week. He takes a snap, hands it off to Brockington, bursts through the middle over towards the 49. A gain of about 3 by the sophomore. Taken down by the Lions defender Jaden Williams, the sophomore defensive lineman. 6:35 left as the ball is placed just shy from the midfield stripe. Huddle breaks up, the ball 1 yard to the right of the near hash mark. I formation for PK Yonge now. Brockington right behind Spain, getting the start today. One receiver fully far right, near side it's Awuma. Takes a snap, hands it off to Brockington, working on the outside now. Past the 45, 40. He's got some space, 1 man to beat, 20. Push out, tripped up, did he stay on his feet? It's hard to tell. He was in the end zone and he's marked out of bounds at the 15. Not a touchdown, but what a run from Braden Brockington. He goes 35 yards to set up PK Yonge in the red zone for the second straight time. 5:58 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Blue Wave. .35 yards for the sophomore. 1st and 10, Willie Spain line up on the near hash, tight formation. Takes a snap, hands it off to Brockington again, forces his way up forward. Might have got 1 or 2 yards as a flag comes in. Right there in the mix was Tristan Kelly, the guy with 20 sacks. And PK Yonge is putting a couple guys on whatever side of the field that he's on. They do not want to let number 2 into the mix, and we try to see what this flag is on. It's a face mask against PK Young. That's a tough break for the Blue Wave, who are now pushed back towards their 28-yard line, so it'll be a long first down now. They have to get to the 5. It was the Braden Brockington 35-yard dash that set them up with a good field position, but now the flag on a face mask will make it first and 28. Head coach Willie Jackson Jr. calls his first timeout of the game. 5:44 left in the first quarter. Still scoreless. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
We'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Young Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening.
Coming out of the timeout, it's first down and 28 for PK Young. 5:44 left. Sorry, apologies. It's first down and 18. No. Ball's placed at the 28. They have to get to the 5. Willie Spain lined up on the near hash. 2 in the backfield on the left. Hands it, fakes the handoff. Aaron and out up the middle. He has a wide receiver wide open. It's Ty Moses off the fingertips. Slightly overthrown. Almost had it within the 10-yard line. Ty Moses was wide open. Broke through the defenders. So it's now second down for the Blue Wave. Second down and 23 for PK Young. Ball's at the 28. Right off of the near hash. Foley moves to the far sideline, near sideline. It's the receiver, Awuma. 2 in the backfield looking to block Tristan Kelly. Just line up on the near hash. Hands it off to Brendan Brockton. Outside the left tackle. Trying to work his way through contact, and he's taken down at the 25. Picked up 3 yards. So it's third down and 20 from the 25. They were set up at the 15 after a large Brockington run, 35 yards, but a face mask pushed them back, as well as actually placed at the 26-yard line, so it's third down and 21. We'll see what the freshman quarterback Willie Spain can do. His first start of the season, as the team is without the junior A.J. Powers. Ball in the near hash. Behind Spain, it's Brockington. Takes snap. Comes the pressure. Low pass caught by Moses at the 24. Sorry, it was incomplete. Moses looked like he got underneath it, but I guess the ball was not properly secured. So it's fourth down and 21 from the 26. We'll see what Willie Jackson opts to do. Speaking on the sideline with his quarterback Spain, who now comes in. It looks like they'll keep the offense in. Will be a bold play call for the former Blue Wave wide receiver and really legend here in Gainesville. It's Willie Jackson Jr. 5 wide, 2 on the left, 3 receivers on the right for Willie Spain. Ball in the near hash, facing a 3-man front. Spain takes the snap. He's looking downfield, airing it down. Wobbly pass in the end zone. And a flag comes in. The intended target, Braden Brockington, had his jersey grabbed, I believe, by the cornerback Demetrius Williams Jr. And the Blue Wave. Looks like this might be a pass interference. This would be a huge break for PK Yonge as there's 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Still scoreless between these two teams. And it is pass interference. So it's still fourth down for PK Yonge, but the ball is now placed at the 14. They have to get to the 5. But a more manageable 4th down and 9. But the question is, will they give it to the senior Foley to kick? No, they will not. Willie Spain, the quarterback, stays on the field with his offense. Ball on the left hash. PK Yonge trying to go right to left. Trying to find the green grass in the end zone. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Braden Brockington, the trusty running back behind him. Spain takes it. Brockington's snapping. High pass, deep, right pylon. Ty Moses couldn't control it. It would have been out of bounds anyway. So a turnover on downs for PK Yonge makes it 1st down and 10 for ICA from their own 12. These teams have been held scoreless. Impact Christian Academy averaging 28.9 points per game, whereas the Blue Wave averaging 29.3. 2 powerful offenses being held in check. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Out comes the ICA offense. Their previous 2 drives have ended with a Jaden Rollo interception. That's their quarterback. Ball between the hash marks, going left to right, is ICA. Lined up on the near side is Jamari Weems, 2 receivers on the left. The undersized quarterback, Jaden Rollo, in the shotgun with his larger counterpart in the running back, Elijah Caldwell Hardy. Hands it off to Hardy. Bursting up the near hash, taken down at the 21. A nice run there as he was tackled by the Blue Wave defender, Caden Hollinger, the D tackle. Ball placed at the 21. They're trying to get to the 23, so 2nd down and short for Impact Christian Academy. Under 4 minutes now in the first quarter. Jaden Rollo, the junior quarterback. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Hands it off to the running back. This time not Caldwell Hardy. Finding his way through a seam. He's got a 1st down. He's taken down at the 32. I believe the ball carrier that time maybe Jackie Shepard. Hard to tell. 1st down and 10 for Impact Christian Academy from the 26. Chains have moved. Personnel being switched out on the sideline. Out goes their leader in all-purpose yards, Elijah Caldwell Hardy. Got to keep an eye on that guy. In the backfield, it's Corday Rolak, in addition to the quarterback, Rollo. Ball in the near hash. The receiver, Weems, on the near side. Far side, it's Jackie Shepard, as someone's in the slot. He hands it off to the running back, who's ripped down by the jersey. He was definitely down as he continues to go. They didn't whistle it down. Looked like he was down to the 30, but they say he remained on his feet. LaQuinn Buckman bursts up and finds a hole. Somehow was not taken down as his jersey looked like he was brought down. Willie Jackson Jr., the head coach for PK Yonge, thinks he was down, but it's 1st down and 10 from the 40. Impact Christian working their way up the field. Ball in the near hash. The quarterback, Jaden Rollo, staying in the game is LaQuinn Buckman, the junior running back. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Rollo takes a snap, hands it off to Buckman. Finding his way outside, drops the shoulder, pushed out of bounds as a flag comes in at the 45. Delivering the hit for PK Yonge, it was Brendan Brockington. The flag came in around the 50. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left now in the first quarter. It was a hard hit. Might have been some helmet-to-helmet contact. It was hard to tell. It looked like it was another face mask. once again against PK Yonge. So that'll make it first down and 10 from the Blue Wave 40. ICA now in enemy territory. It's out of bounds on the near hash, or the near sideline. So the ball is on the near hash. Rolo, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. In the backfield is Elijah Caldwell-Hardy. Hands it off to Hardy. Outside. He's trying to break through. Over towards the line of scrimmage. He's wrapped up. A tie-up at the 40. Might have picked up a couple inches as he was swarmed by the Blue Wave. Ball is placed at the 40, so 2nd and 10 for ICA. For the Blue Wave, this game could prove costly. If they win, they keep their playoff chances alive. There's some other factors that have to go their way in the rest of the local high school football scene. Ball on the far hash now for the Lions offense. 2 high safeties for the Blue Wave. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. In the backfield, it's Caldwell-Hardy. Rollins takes a snap, hands it off to Hardy, takes a juke. Past line of scrimmage, pushed out of bounds at the 45, picked up about 5. So it's 3rd down now for the Lions, and I guess he stepped out of bounds as they mark him down at the 42. 3rd down and 8 for the Lions within the hash marks, trying to work their way down towards the right half of this field. Well, they're on the right half, trying to get further down. Minute and 11 left in the first quarter. Fake snap, someone jumped. And no flag, might have just been some confusion. And yes, it is encroachment from PK Yonge. That's 5-yard penalty, so that's unfortunate for the Blue Wave. 3rd and long now becomes 3rd and 3. Ball's at the Blue Wave 44. They've got to get more like the 43. They have to, 33. They have to get towards the 30. Tight formation for ICA, who has the smaller running back Buckman now in. Receiver wide right is Jamari Weems. As another flag comes in pre-snap. It's a delay of game against ICA, so PK Yonge gets those 5 yards back, so it's 3rd down and 8. Once again. Ball's now at the 38. They have to get towards the 30. Ball in the near hash. Quarterback Rollo redirecting traffic. Takes the snap. Drops back. Rolling left. He's running. Past the line of scrimmage. Pushed out of bounds after 1 or 2 yards. 4th down and 6. As they'll mark him out of bounds at the 36 of the PK Yonge half of the field. Got to get to the 30. Looks like they'll keep the offense on. And in comes Tristan Kelly, the big star of the show of this ICA team. 6'3", he peers above all of his counterparts on both ends of the ball. He's lining up outside the left tackle in the slot. See him play tight end a lot. Now he's readjusted past the receiver, more so wide left. And the whistle is blown. Timeout. Impact Christian. 1 minute, 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Still scoreless for senior night as you're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Back on the Blue Wave Audio Network, I'm Lance Williams. Let there be 4th down and 6 for Impact Christian Academy from the Blue Wave. 36-yard line. They have to get to the 30. Offense still in the field. Jaden Rollo pointing at his man on the near sideline. It's Jamari Weems. 3 receivers on the left. Running back blocking now. Rollo taking his time left. Pushed out of bounds. The receiver, Caldwell Hardy, 1 yard short. Pushed out of bounds by the Blue Wave defender, making it first and 10. PK Yonge from their own 31 as they look to go right to left. They had the guy, their go-to target, Caldwell Hardy, with his first reception of the game. But he wasn't past the line to gain. Just curled a little bit too early on that far sideline. First and 10 for Willie Spain in the I formation. He has one receiver wide left. Takes the snap, hands off to Brandon Brockton, barrels his way into a brick wall. Finally taken down after a gain of 3. There on the tackle, Trent Kincaid, the senior linebacker. Impact Christian Academy, they've made the 2-hour trek from Jacksonville here to Gainesville to face the Blue Wave. ICA 4-4 in the season, PK Yonge 5-3. Final game of the season for PK. One more to come for the Lions. I formation again for Spain from the far sideline. Hands off Brandon Brockton, trying to work his way on the left side. Stiff arm, runs into a wall again. Taken down at the 36, 37 is where they mark him down. On the tackle, Demetrius Williams Jr. And that's the end of the first quarter. Still scoreless. 3rd down and short for PK Yonge coming up next from the 38. We've got to get to the 41. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Start of the second quarter, PK Yonge hosting Impact Christian Academy. Still scoreless for both of these teams. It's 3rd down and short. Blue Wave now going left to right. Ball is placed at their own 38-yard line. They have to get towards the 41. Blue Wave lined up in the I. Looking at a 4-man ICA front. Might even be 5. Foley on the near sideline, the senior receiver. Braden Brockington behind. He takes the handoff, fires his way forward, past the line to gain, and he's tripped up at the 46-yard line. About an 8-yard gain for the sophomore Brockington, who led the team in yards from scrimmage last game. In the receiving end, he had 5 catches for 50 yards and then some carries as well. Ball is placed at the 47, 1st and 10, PK, going left to right in the second quarter. Far hash. Spain now has the sophomore John Morant in the backfield behind him. Sierra Foley near sideline, far sideline, as he gives it off to Morant, who's taken down in the backfield. Blown up. Good way to put it. Jaden McKenzie, the senior defensive tackle, forces his way through the PK offensive line. It's going to make it second down and maybe 14. Ball now at the 41. They have to get towards the opposing 43. More so second down and 15. Willie Spain comes off the sideline after discussing things with his head coach, the offensive mastermind, Willie Jackson Jr. Ball just within the far hash. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Senior night here in Gainesville. 7 seniors being honored. Braden Brockton not on the field. He's taking a knee on the sideline, discussing things with the head coach. Timeout called. No, it's a flag. Delay of game, PK Yonge making it now second down and 20. Ball will move towards the PK 36. Blue Wave have to get downfield with the freshman quarterback Spain. Fully on the near sideline. Morant in the backfield again. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Morant, floats it in the flat. There's Foley. First catch of the game, bursts his way forward to the 50, taken down at the 46. Good tackle made by Trent Kincaid, the linebacker, to track down Foley. Still, huge play made by Sierra and Foley, the senior, making it a more manageable third down and 4. It's taken out at the 47 in ICA territory. Lunged past that 50-yard line. Ball in the near hash. Awuma, far sideline, Foley. Near sideline, just 2 receivers, a tight formation. Perhaps the block for Braden Brockton, the running back. They give it off to him. Forces his way forward. Down towards the 45. Not enough for a first down, but a fourth down and short. As he was tripped up by a pride of Lions. A Blue Wave friendly spot. They actually place it at the 44, and they have to get it to the 43. Fourth down and 1 for PK Yonge. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Still scoreless between these two foes. Spain in the shotgun, near sideline. Snaps the ball, gives it off to Braden Brockton. Fires his way up, but he's taken down. Taken down before the line to gain. Trent Kincaid, the linebacker, says no. A turnover on downs for PK Yonge for the third time this game with 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second quarter. It'll be first down and 10 for ICA. They'll start from their own 45, going right to left. So take a quick pause. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Lions take over from their own 45, first down and 10, 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Takes it, hands off to the running back, working his way outside, finds some green grass as he's pushed out at the PK 49. It was Mario Pratt with his first carry, the wide receiver with a jet sweep in the backfield. So now it's second down and 6. No, they move it towards the 49, so it's 4. Inside towards the PK 49, they have to get to the PK 45. Ball on the right hash for ICA. Too high safety for PK Yonge with a 4-man front. Jaden Rollo, the quarterback, with 2 interceptions already, trying to put some points on the board. Still scoreless. Rollo in the backfield there with Caldwell Hardy. Receiver on each side. Hardy moves to the right, floats it in the flat. Tipped by Hardy, but it's caught from someone else. And he's sprinting up the sideline, over towards the 20. One man to beat, steps out of bounds, and it was Jackie Shepard with a heads-up play. First down and much, much more. The ball was deflected by his teammate Caldwell Hardy, and he was behind there in the flat, caught it, sprinted up the far sideline, and he's out of bounds around the 15. First down and 10 for ICA. It was a premier opportunity to score the first points of this game. First and 10, Jaden Rollo. Ball is placed at the 17. Rollo, quick pass over in the flat, near sideline, runs into a wall. Taken down there for PK Yonge. Is JJ Santiago bringing down the ball carrier or ball catcher Mario Pratt. Second down at the 14. We've got to get towards the 5, so second down and 9 for ICA. 8 minutes left in this first half, still scoreless between PK Yonge and Impact Christian Academy. Ball placed on the near hash. Jaden Rollo lines up 3-4 yards behind his center. In the backfield is LaQuinn Buckman on the right hip, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Rollo steps back, fires it over the middle, intercepted for the 3rd time at the 5. The catch, it was Brendan Brockington. He does it all. No, it was Cameron Awuma, his second one of the game. Takes it towards the 20. Have yourself a game. Cameron Awuma making that 3 interceptions now for Jaden Rollo, the ICA quarterback. Big time play from the Blue Wave defense, putting a halt to a momentous drive for ICA. 7:41 left in the second quarter. The Blue Wave will have it first and 10 on the right hash on the 20-yard line. They're going left to right. It's been a defensive battle on this Friday senior night for the home Blue Wave. Willie Spain jogs off of the sideline, happy to tell his teammates to play. The freshman trying to muster up some points. In the backfield is John Moran, fully on the near hash. Receiver far left. He gives it off to Moran, who fumbles it. Hops on top of it at the 20. We'll see who recovers it. It is a fumble, and it's recovered by ICA. Impact Christian Academy gets the ball back after one snap. Moran just couldn't control the ball on the handoff. Unclear as to who recovered that one. But it's now first down and 10 from the PK Yonge 20 for Impact Christian Academy. Polarizing plays back to back. The quarterback Rollo lined up in the shotgun. Left hip, he has his running back Buckman. 2 receivers on the right. A flag comes in before the snap. And the official counting the players. And it looks like an extra man. There were 12 Lions on the field. Also an illegal substitution. It's a 5-yard penalty, so it's now first down and 15 from the 25. Got to get down to the 10. Impact Christian Academy pushed back away from the red zone. 7:35 left in the first half. Still scoreless between PK and ICA. Ball in the near hash for Rollo. 1 yard off the left sideline is the receiver Weems. Far sideline, it's Williams. As they give it off instead to Buckman. Fires his way forward. Touchdown, ICA. Broke his way past the right guard. No one even sniffed him. A 25-yard touchdown for the junior running back LaQuinn Buckman makes it 6-0. Impact Christian. A flag was in the backfield, or actually at the 20, so this might come back. It was on the right sideline, way separate from the actual play, the flag is picked up. And we'll try to figure out if this play will stand. Did Buckman score? He did not. An illegal block by the offense. It was PK Yonge a break. The flag came in at the 20. So it's another 5-yard penalty. First down and 20 as the ball is now moved towards the PK Yonge 30. Long way to go to pick up a first down. Rollo, the shotgun snap, it was left. He quickly hands off to Buckman, who's tackled for a loss. Finding his way through contact, Caden Hollinger, the big TFL. That'll make it second down. And, wow, second down and 27. Ball's placed at the 38. 2 penalties and the tackle for loss as Impact Christian Academy in a tough situation. Ball on the near sideline. The 36. Third down and 26 for Impact Christian Academy. Blue Wave will not try to allow any receiving, any deep balls here. Safety's up high for PK Yonge. It's Ty Moses and Sierra and Foley. Foley on the left, Moses on the right. An empty backfield, no. In comes Caldwell Hardy on the right side of Rollo. Ball between the hashes, takes the snap. Caldwell Hardy moves to the right, as does Rollo. He'll float it, looking for Caldwell Hardy, and he catches it. No, he was pushed out of bounds. It was actually another quarterback. It was Andrew Wright Jr. coming in after Rollo threw 3 interceptions. Going from 13 to 17. And it's 5:38 left in the first half. No score. Fourth down and 26 from the 36. A terrific effort to make a catch for Impact Christian Academy's star running back Elijah Caldwell Hardy. He caught the ball, but it was pushed out of bounds. Good play made by the cornerback. It's senior night here at PK Yonge. 7 seniors being honored. It's Sierra and Foley, Jared Ashley, Rory Hughes, Jonelle Delgado, Austin Stranad, Joey Olivaria, and Malachi Neely. Congratulations to all 7 seniors, and also to the many seniors on the band and cheer team who are also being recognized on this Friday night. Fourth down and 26 for ICA. They keep their quarterback Wright Jr. in, the sophomore coming in for the benched Jaden Rollo, who has 3 interceptions through 1.5 quarters. 5:38 left in the first. Ball dead center between the hashes at the 38. So fourth down and long. They've got to get down to the 10. Looks like they'll punt as the punter is in, counting his teammates. Trent Kincaid will be kicking off to Ty Moses, who's out to receive at the 10. The first punt we've seen today. We saw a kick for the Blue Wave on their first drive. It was blocked. Sierra and Foley. Not very often do you see his kicks controlled by a defense. Once again, Ty Moses to receive for PK Yonge. He's set at the 10. ICA is kicking off from the 38 of the Blue Wave side of the field. Ball snap, Kincaid sends it up high on the right sideline. It's going out of bounds at the 20. So no setup for a potential return. First and 10, PK Yonge from the 20. with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in this first half. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening.
1st and 10 for PK Yonge. Ball in the far hash at the 20-yard line. Still scoreless with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in the I formation. Willie Spain hands it off to Moran. Working his way towards the right side. He's got a couple yards. He's finally taken down at the 24-yard line. There on the tackle, Trent Kincaid bringing down Morant. 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Wave. Under 5 minutes left now. Ball between the hashes. Willie Spain, the freshman quarterback. Morant behind him, Foley on the right. On the left side, it's Awuma. Instead, will give it off to Morant. Trying to make his way through the line of scrimmage. He can't. He's pushed down. And the ball is placed at the 22, so that sets up 3rd and 8 for PK Yonge. A loss of 2 for Morant, the running back. He's sporting some vibrant orange arm sleeves, both arms. He'll come to the sideline after those 2 carries. 3rd down and 8 from the 22. They have to get to the 30. PK Yonge going left to right. They're on their side of the field. Foley on the near sideline slot. Brockton on the right. 2 receivers on the left. Spain takes the snap. It's tipped and incomplete. He's looking for this man on the left sideline, Brendan Brockington. Instead, it was tipped by, I believe, Tristan Kelly, who is 8th in the country in total sacks with 20. First time we've seen him make a big impact in terms of the statistics, but he has been a force that has made damage. 4 minutes, 4 seconds left. PK Yonge will look to punt now with Sierra and Foley. Out to return for the Lions, it's Jackie Shepard, the junior defensive back. He's standing right under the 50-yard line. He's at the 49. Now he backs up to the center field stripe where he'll post up. Foley takes a snap. It's blocked. It's taken down a roll over towards the 35-yard line. Not very often do you see a punt that's blocked but still goes forward to an extent. And for the second time this game, Foley's kicks have been blocked, this time a punt. It'll be 1st down and 10, ICA, from the Blue Wave, 35. 3 minutes, 54 seconds left in the second half. Let there be first half, still scoreless between these 2 foes. Ball in the near hash for ICA. Once again, it's Andrew Wright Jr., the backup quarterback, came in for the bench starter who threw 3 interceptions. Tough day for Jaden Rollo. Takes a shotgun snap, hands off to Buckman, working his way on the right side, finds some open space, and he's tripped up around the 26-yard line. Tackle made by Brendan Brockington. 2nd down and 3. We'll see how much trust Jaron Naismith, the first-year head coach for Impact Christian Academy, has in his sophomore quarterback. See if they'll let him throw the ball, take a shot here on 2nd and short. Takes a shotgun snap from the right hash, hands it off to Buckman. No, get a first down, spins, and he's wrapped up by Ty Moses at the 22-yard line is where he's down. First down and 10. ICA, 3 minutes and 12 seconds left as a timeout is called by Impact Christian Academy, I believe, as the clock has stopped. No timeout, clock continues. First down and 10, ICA, ball within the 25. They place it at the 23. Jaden Wright, I formation. Behind him, it's his running back. Hands it off to Buckman, working on the outside now. Bursts his way forward, beats Brendan Brockington. Touchdown, ICA. This time, no flag on the Buckman run. And what a versatile running back duo. It was Buckman and Caldwell Hardy. First score of the game, 6-0. Impact Christian Academy with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter. There's just over a 20-yard touchdown run for LaQuinn Buckman. He's doing damage. Lined up for the kick. It's Trent Kincaid. Snap. Low. And it's underneath the crossbars as a flag comes in from the officials who are to the right and left of the goalpost. Try to see what the call on the field is. PK Yonge, they're still out on the field. ICA, they started their way over towards the sideline, where they will return. It's against ICA, and I believe it's declined. So the point after is not good. So 6-0 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left after a 20-plus yard touchdown run from LaQuinn Buckman. The PAT is low. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left for PK Yonge to tie or take the lead in the first half. Trent Kincaid try to get his foot right on the kickoff. He'll send over from the 40-yard line. We'll launch this kick right to left as the sun is completely absent in this Friday night skyline on the first night of November. Senior night, a special day here at PK Yonge. Braden Brockington back to return this kick for the Blue Wave. Brockington's on the near sideline. Moses on the far sideline. Trent Kincaid. Left foot forward, charges from the 35. Booms this one on the ground. Little squib kick. This one almost juggled. Spins around. It's at the 31. It's pushed out of bounds. I believe it was Cameron Ouma. Not sure if that was intentional by the kicker Kincaid, but it's 1st and 10 for PK Yonge. 2:35 left in the first half. Ball is officially placed at the Blue Wave 33. First down and 10. Willie Spain, the freshman quarterback. He's looked poised thus far. He's just not been able to get into the Lions' end zone. PK Yonge will go left to right for the duration of this quarter. Spain eyeing down a 4-man ICA front. The man at 20 tackles, Tristan Kelly, lined up with the right tackle. 2 men in front to block. Spain takes a snap, hands off to Brendan Brockton, forces his way past Kelly towards the 40, drops the shoulder, finally taken down by 2 defenders at the 45-yard line. First down from Brendan Brockington as he was taken down, combined tackle by Jaquel Buckman and Jackie Shepard. First down and 10 from the 45, PK Yonge. Looking to get over the 50-yard line. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left and counting in this first half. Ball in the near hash. Far sideline for PK Yonge. The receiver is Cameron Awuma. Near sidelines here on Foley. 2 on the right side to block Kelly. Spain hands it off to Brockington. Wrapped up instantly. There is Kelly. A gain of none. Good sportsmanship there by Tristan Kelly, picking up the ball carrier. Good to see from Tristan Kelly, a guy he's not committed in his senior year despite being top 10 in the nation in sacks. He has a couple offers from smaller schools, but the 6'3" defensive end would love to continue to build the momentum on the college recruiting trail. Second down and 10 for PK Yonge. Ball on the near hash, the 45. Going left to right, Willie Spain in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right, fully in the slot on the right with Brandon Brockington. Brendan Brockington in the backfield. Flag comes in. I think a false start for PK Yonge. That'll make it second down and 15. Ball moves to the 40. They have to get to the opposing 45. 1 minute, 13 left in the opening half. 6-0, Impact Christian Academy. A 23-yard touchdown run from LaQuinn Buckman on the previous drive, but the PAT was low beneath the crossbar. Clock is ticking. Spain takes a snap. Here comes the pressure. Airs it up the middle, juggled. The flag comes in. Ball intended at the 50 for Cameron Awuma. Awuma was clapping his hands as he was tied up by Impact Christian Academy's Takari Hall, the defensive back, who has his hands up in disbelief as he looks at his sideline with his 9 coaches. Blue Wave still over at the 40. An incomplete pass. And it is pass interference. That makes it 1st and 10 at the 45. A good call for the Stripes in favor of the Blue Wave. 1st down and 10 on the right half of the field. Impact Christian Academy territory. Just over a minute left now in the second quarter. Ball just inside the near hash. Awuma and Moses on the left in terms of receiving. Fully on the right. Spain takes a snap. Brockington's blocking. Airs up high. Tipped. The intended receiver, Moses, at the 44-yard line on the far sideline. Pass ticked away by Takari Hall, the defensive back. Impact Christian Academy. Spoke with their defensive backs head coach, or not head, but Coach Q. Very helpful guy, nice guy. 9 coaches on this coaching staff. First-year head coach Jerron Naismith, taking over after being the receivers coach the past couple years. Second down and 10, ball at the 45 on the ICA half of the field. Willie Spain in the shotgun, 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Spain snaps it, hands off to Brockington in the backfield, forces his way forward, up to the 40, spins, over towards the 30, breaking tackles, Braden Brockington. They tried to take him down, they push him down within the 5, down at the 2. What a run for Braden Brockington, having quite the game. There on the tackle for ICA, it was Mario Pratt, and slowly up to his feet, Jaquel Buckman. Braden Brockington with a 40-yard run. With about a 45-yard run. He has about 80 yards on the game now. Have yourself a game. Number 2. Timeout called by ICA. PK Yonge. A touchdown would tie it at 6. The extra point would give them the lead. 36 seconds left in the first half. What a run by the sophomore. Take a quick pause. PK Yonge within the 5 as you're listening to PK Young Football on the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Young Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Young Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Coming out of the break, ball placed at about the 3. First down and goal for PK Young after the monstrous Braden Brockington run. Ball between the hash marks. On the right hash. Tight formation for PK Young. Spain takes it. Fakes the handoff to Moran. Spain rolling out left. He's got a man to beat. Dives. No, he doesn't. He has to stay on his feet. Touchdown, Willie Spain. The freshman quarterback ties it at 6. He faked the dive. He stood on his feet. He beat the man. Jaden Williams, the defensive lineman, could not catch the speedy freshman. It's tied with 28 seconds left in the first half. 3-yard touchdown run for Willie Spain. That said, the PK Young playoff hopes are still alive. A win here keeps their chances alive. A win here keeps their chances alive, and then it's kind of dependent on some other factors with other teams. Foley, ball placed at the 40. They'll kick off left to right. A booming kick from Foley over towards the opposing goal line. It's caught from Lee, bursting his way through the seams over towards the 27-ish, where he's taken down. They'll have 20 seconds left in the first half. We'll see if ICA attempts some offense, or maybe if they'll just take a knee. They've turned the ball, take a knee. They've turned the ball over 3 times off interceptions, all thrown by Jaden Rollo, the starting quarterback. He's been benched for Andrew Wright Jr. 20 seconds left in quarter 2. 7-6 PK after the 3-yard touchdown run from Willie Spain, the quarterback. 1st and 10, ICA. It is 2 underclassmen. Wright takes a snap on the far hash. A flag comes in. Play whistle dead. Tight offensive formation for ICA. He had a receiver, Jamari Weems, on the near sideline. Far sideline, it was Jackie Shepard. But a false start makes it 1st down and 15. 2 seconds came off the clock. 18 seconds left now in the first half. PK with a 7-6 lead. Looks like ICA will try to run a play. One high safety for the Blue Wave. They hand it off up the sideline. Fumble picked up by Blue Wave. Inside the 10, a scoop and score. Oh my goodness, and that was a scoop and score touchdown for Cameron Awuma, who's having himself a monstrous defensive game, and it's 13-6 PK Young with 9 seconds left. Cameron Awuma to go 2 interceptions. He has a fumble recovery. Touchdown. Cameron Awuma. My goodness. It was about a 20-yard touchdown after the fumble. Sierra Foley, the senior, to kick. Snap held by Moses, bolted through the uprights. Sierra Foley, Mr. Reliable, when he has a clean snap and some blocking. 14-6, PK Young. Still 9 seconds left in the first half, and you gotta wonder. Durand Neesmith thinking I might have been better if we just took a knee. They had 20 seconds to go, 80 yards to go downfield. They give it to their inexperienced sophomore quarterback, their backup, to try to make a play. They did run it, but it's not the right play, it looks like. PK Yonge now with an 8-point lead. As Sierra Foley places the ball on the holding device at the 40-yard line. Now he'll readjust it. The senior Foley plans to go to USF after this final year. So he launches this one out within the 10. Caught. Working his way inside outside the 30, near sideline. Flag comes in. Caldwell Hardy breaking his way through tackles, still on his feet within the 50. Pushed out of bounds at the 45. My goodness, Elijah Caldwell Hardy. Yards after contact. The flag was at the 35 for ICA. There is no time left in the half, though, so it's halftime. It appears. It was holding for the return team, declined by Willie Jackson Jr., the PK head coach. And that's the end of half number 1. 14-6, PK Yonge. We'll take a quick pause as you're watching Blue Wave football on the PK Yonge Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Back here on the Blue Wave Audio Network, I'm Lance Williams, live from Gainesville. Halftime between these two teams. PK Yonge with a 14-6 lead over the visiting Impact Christian Academy Lions. Let's reset the scoring up to this point. Well, there wasn't much scoring for much of the first half. 3 interceptions off of ICA quarterback Jaden Rollo. And then PK Yonge struggled to pick up first downs, a couple turnovers on downs. They didn't score, either team, until 2:42 left in the second quarter. The running back, LaQuinn Buckman, bolted up for a 23-yard touchdown run where the extra point was low. Made it 6-0 Lions. Then, with 36 seconds left in the second quarter, Brendan Brockton, 45 yards down the field, tackled at the 3-yard line. That set up Willie Spain, the quarterback, rolled out left, beat a man in there for a touchdown. Made it 7-6 PK. That gave Impact Christian Academy the ball at their own 20 with 20 seconds left. They ran the ball, a fumble by the ball carrier. Ball came loose, picked up by Cameron Awuma. Scoop and score, 20-yard touchdown run. PAT was good. 14-6 was the score. A very, very tough break for Impact Christian Academy late in that first half. Maybe they should have taken the knee. 11 and a half minutes left in this halftime show. We see the PK Yonge and their stellar marching band performing. And it is important to note that it's also their senior night as well, so big shout out to all the seniors and the marching band, as well as the 7 seniors on the football team and then the seniors on the cheerleading team as well. We'll go back to the quick break. You're listening to PK Yonge Football on the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Back here on the PK Yonge halftime show, I'm Lance Williams. 7:30 left in this halftime as the band continues to perform. Let's take a look at the college football scoreboard for this weekend. Right now, Heisman frontrunner Ashton Genty and number 15 ranked Boise State with a 7-point lead at home against San Diego State in the first quarter. Tomorrow, Ohio State, the 4th ranked Buckeyes, travel to number 3 ranked Penn State for that Saturday at noon kickoff. That is quite the matchup, two top 4 teams. Duke Blue Devils are down in Miami Gardens to face the number 5 ranked Hurricanes, also at 12, as are the number 19 ranked Ole Miss Rebels down in Razorback Stadium in Arkansas. Also at noon, big rivalry game. Air Force facing number 21 ranked Army. Next, Minnesota traveling to number 24 ranked Illinois. Moving to 3:30, the number 1 ranked Oregon Ducks are in Ann Arbor to face the reigning national champion Michigan Wolverines. Big game here in Gainesville. Not in Gainesville, but for Gainesville. Florida Gators, coming off of a big win over Kentucky 2 weeks ago, are in Jacksonville to face their rival, the number 2 ranked Bulldogs. The Gators have lost that game for the last 3 seasons. It's been since 1983 where Florida has lost 4 straight to their arch rivals. Also at 3:30, Texas Tech travels to number 11 ranked Iowa State. Indiana, the 13 ranked Hoosiers, having one of their best seasons in program history, are at Michigan State. Kansas State, number 17 ranked Wildcats, are in Houston. Number 10 ranked Texas A&M is at South Carolina at 7:30, as are the Louisville Cardinals at number 11 ranked Clemson. Number 7 ranked Tennessee Volunteers play host to Kentucky at 7:45. At 8 o'clock, a ranked matchup in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Number 18 ranked Pittsburgh is at number 20 ranked SMU. That's your college football scoreboard here in Week 10. I'm Lance Williams. We'll go back to the break. 5 minutes left before half number 2. PK Yonge with a 14-6 lead.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
PK Yonge with a 14-6 lead over the Impact Christian Academy Lions, who return from their locker room. Senior night here in Gainesville. 7 seniors being honored on the playing field, as are the flurry of band members and cheerleaders for PK Yonge. Let's reset the scoring with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first half. Laquan Buckman bolted forward for a 23-yard touchdown run. The PAT was low, 6-0 ICA. Then a 3-yard touchdown run by Willie Spain gave PK Yonge a 7-6 lead with 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Then ICA, they kept their offense on the field with 20 seconds left. They did not take a knee. They tried to run it. Ball came loose, picked up by Cameron Awuma, recovered for a touchdown, 28 yards. Cameron Awuma in that first half, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a fumble recovery touchdown. Have yourself a game, Mr. Cameron Awuma, who has been just brilliant in just one half of football. Minute 33 left before the second half. We'll take one quick pause. PK Yonge will receive the opening second half kick as they lead 14-6. You're listening to Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
The halftime buzzer airs Third quarter just about underway. PK Yonge with a 14-6 lead over the visiting Impact Christian Academy Lions. Impact Christian Academy will kick off for the Blue Wave, set to return. Blue Wave setting themselves on the field now. Moving back to return, it's Ty Moses, who will be on the near sideline, far sideline. Is Braden Brockington, who has 80 yards from scrimmage today. Brockington, the leader in yards from scrimmage this season. He does a lot of things very well, receiving, rushing, and returning. ICA's Trent Kincaid will kick off left to right from the 40-yard line. PK once more with a 14-6 lead. Both of those touchdowns were scored with less than 30 seconds in the previous half. A monumental swing of momentum in this game. PK with freshman quarterback Willie Spain getting the start. AJ Powers, previous starting quarterback, sidelined due to a personal matter. He is here in attendance, joined late, supporting from the sideline. Kincaid, 3 steps back, 2 to the left. Awaits, points to his teammates. Marches forward, sends this one. Soft bounce over to Ty Moses, who recovers it. Trying to go outside, linear sideline, has some space, 40-yard line, is shoved out of bounds. But the kicker Kincaid delivering the hit at the PK 42. Good return from Ty Moses. The Lions, some punishment at the sideline. He appears to be all right. So 1st and 10, PK Yonge at the 43 is where they mark him. The freshman quarterback, Spain, back on the field working, or trying to work his way right to left. The Blue Wave get the ball with 11 minutes and 54 seconds left in this third quarter. The opening drive. PK Yonge, senior night. This first night of November. Spain lined up. 2 receivers on his right, 2 on the left. Behind him, Braden Brockington hands it off, instantly tied up. Blowing up that one. Impact Christian Academy, DeAndre Peters finding his way through some gaps. That'll make it about 2nd down and 12. Ball placed at the 40. Maybe 2nd down and 13. Ball in the near hash. PK in a tight huddle at the 35. It breaks up. Foley and a Womb on the left. On the right, Moses. Spain takes snap. Tries to throw it off, but it's batted down, but caught by Braden Brockington. Oh my goodness, he's tackled at the 48. What a bizarre play. It was batted down by the edge rusher on the far side, but Brockington was there to catch it. And Brockington holding his shins. Hopefully he's just cramping at the 48. It's a gain of about 8. They'll make it 3rd down and 3. Brockington looks like he's cramping as Coach Willie Jackson Jr. is lifting his left leg up as Brockington laying flat on the ground. Now the trainer comes to lift the other leg. Braden Brockington, rightfully so. He's been active on the ground, in the air. That is a reception to set up 3rd down and 4 from the 50. Ten minutes and 50 seconds left in this third quarter. PK Yonge with a 14-6 lead over Impact Christian Academy. Brockington pulled up to his feet, gripping the green Gatorade bottle, spraying that hydration into his mouth as he walks strongly towards the sideline. Looks like we might be without Braden Brockton for a couple plays as he looks to rehydrate. Ball in the near hash at the 50, 3rd down and 3 for Willie Spain. Sierra and Foley, the senior wide receiver, beyond the far hash. On the left, Cameron Awuma. Besides that, a very tight formation for Willie Spain in the shotgun with John Morant behind him. 2 yards. Hands it off to Morant. Fires his way forward. He's tackled down at the 49. Ball came loose. Recovered by Impact Christian Academy. A big hit by number 58. Got the ball loose. And the second fumble lost by John Morant. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Impact Christian Academy from about the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for ICA with 10 minutes and 29 to go in the 3rd. And Morant, a sophomore running back, undersized compared to a lot of the D linemen that he'll be paired up against, and it's hard to hold on to that ball. 1st down and 10 from the 50. For Impact Christian Academy, they take the snap. It's Wright Jr. hands it off to Buckman, bursting forward, 9-yard gain, tackled at the 41. Sprinting up the middle. Second and 1 for ICA, the 41. They have to get to the 40. 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They trail 14-6. PK Yonge, all 14 points came within the last 30 seconds of the 1st half. Andrew Wright Jr., the backup quarterback, came in for the bench. Rollo takes the snap, hands it off to Buckman again, trying to work his way through traffic. Looks like he has a 1st down. He's still on his feet, still being wrapped around, and his teammate pushes him down. It was Tristan Kelly. Now a flag will come in. He was working his way through tackles at the line of scrimmage, and I think this, because he came back, was staying on his feet, he lost the 1st down. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Didn't get anywhere, but there's a flag. I think his teammate Tristan Kelly was trying to push him forward, but more so pushed him down to his knees. Flag right where the play occurred, around the 42. It's aiding the runner against the offense, so it's a 5-yard penalty. Moves them towards the 48, so 2nd down and 8 now. Between the hashes, Andrew Wright Jr., running back on his left. It's Caldwell Hardy. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Takes a snap, hands it off to Caldwell Hardy. Working on the right side, 1 man to beat. Foley tries to tackle and misses. Now there comes Cameron Awuma and Foley to bring him down at the 45. On the near sideline, he was tackled. Took 2 men to bring him down. And it's 3rd down and 5 from the 45. PKA side of the field. 14-6, Blue Wave over Lions. Got to get to the 40. It's at the 45 on the near hash. On the far sideline, Jackie Shepard, the receiver. Lined up in the slot, the tight end, Tristan Kelly. 2 receivers on the right. The running back, Buckman, on the left. Of the quarterback, Wright Jr. Man in motion, moving right to left. Takes a snap. Empty backfield is rolling right now as the pressure comes, so keep it. Got a 1st down, steps out of bounds, gain of 6. Outside on the near sideline at the 39. It's a really nice block by the right tackle, number 67. Keeping the quarterback Wright Jr. on his feet. 1st down and 10 from the 39. Under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The receiver, Shepard, over at the 48-yard marker. Receiver in the slot. Tristan Kelly being worked around will station next to the right tackle. Wright Jr. takes the snap, hands it off to Buckman, who's on his right hip. Now he falls forward, down at the 37. The junior grabbed 2 on that run. Makes it 2nd down and 8. Ball is placed at the 30 hash. PK Yonge with 6 men up front. And 5 DBs. Wright Jr. takes the snap, fakes the handoff, it comes loose, jarred out. A dive at the 39 and slamming the field. Disappointment. It was Porter Pedro who got that one loose in the backfield on the handoff. And it was recovered by ICA, so it's now 3rd down and long from the 39. They've got to get to the 30. Just inside the near hash. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Wright Jr. has the big running back Caldwell Hardy to the left of him. Short receivers on the left, one on the near sideline, and Buckman, Jaquel. Airs out, deep, intercepted, caught at the 15. A poor ball, that's the 4th interception for PK Yonge. Sierra Foley, the senior, with a huge play in what could possibly be his final high school football game. Sierra Foley, the safety, with a big time play, something he's done so much in a Blue Wave uniform. I don't even know who Wright Jr. was looking for. Completely overthrew any target that was in the vicinity. And Sierra Foley, beautiful heads-up play, dove forward, got the arms out, underneath it, intercepted at the 15. 1st down and 10 for PK Yonge. Between the hashes, it's Willie Spain. 2 receivers on the right, a man in the backfield, 2 on the left. Takes the snap, backs up. Here comes the pressure. He's wrapped up and dropped down. It's a safety, I believe. What? No, it's down at the 2, they say. I think it was that man, Tristan Kelly, picking up his 21st sack of the season. Just poor blocking from PK Yonge. Instantly, it was Willie Spain getting brought back and back and back. 6:41 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-6 PK Yonge. But it's 2nd down and almost 30. Ball's at the 2-yard line. They have to get to the 26. So yeah, like 23. PK Yonge back against the wall. We'll see what the freshman Spain can muster. Braden Brockton in the backfield. 2 receivers on each side. Low snap, mishandled. They give it off to Brockton. Ball's loose, diving within the 5, and it's caught. Controlled inside the end zone by ICA. A touchdown makes it 12 points for ICA to the 14 PK Yonge. Recovering that one was Demetrius Williams Jr., the senior, getting it in there. 5:58 left in the 3rd quarter. If ICA goes for 2, they can tie. It's been a defensive battle for each team. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It looks like they will go for 2. Sprinting in is Andrew Wright Jr. Turns around. Sorry, that's Rayshawn Clark, not the quarterback. However, they do have Jaden Rollo back in the game. Interesting enough, after that ugly interception by Wright Jr., both quarterbacks with interceptions, they go back to their starter, who's adjusting his targets. Two receivers on the left, one on the right. A tight formation on the left hip is the running back, Buckman. High snap, handoff to Buckman, working on the outside, brought down in the backfield. Good job by Cameron Owuma. And Cameron Stokes, the D tackle, blowing up that play as there's an injury on the field. It's an ICA offensive player. So PK Yonge maintains their lead. They lead 14-12 with 5:58 left in the third quarter. 2-point conversion, no good. It's been a messy game. It's been a dogfight. Senior night here at PK Yonge. 5:58 left, 14-12. Blue Wave. Injury still being tended to at the 5-yard line. Wish him the best, and is now visited by some of the staff from the ambulance. Take a quick pause. You're listening to Blue Wave Football on the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Coming out of the break, the injured Lion helped to the sideline. Hopefully nothing too serious there. 2-point conversion after the fumble recovery touchdown by ICA was no good. That gives PK Yonge the 14-12 lead that they have now with 5 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Lions will kick off left to right. Trent Kincaid, the kicker, will send it off as there's one extra man on the field. I think Sir trying to take him off. No, it was a whistle now coming in. But after the kick started, there was little to no movement, so it was during the kick, maybe before. Willie Jackson Jr. screaming from the sideline, trying to make sure everyone's on the same page. Ty Moses back to return. Jackson Jr., the coach, says, come forward. To Moses, who's on the far sideline. Brendan Brockington on the near sideline. Now they'll bring in number 29 in favor of Brockington. Now Ty Moses will move to the center of the field. Now, just one back to return. Switching up the special team formations is Jackson Jr. Now Kincaid charges a line drive kick down the left sideline past the 20, 15, picked up by Moses. Breaks past one guy on the right sideline. He's tackled along the 15. About a 12-yard return for Ty Moses. First down and 10, PK Yonge offense will take the field. They lead 14-12, 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ball will be placed on the right hash for the freshman quarterback, Willie Spain. It's placed at the 25. John Morant quickly hustles off the sideline to join his offense. Willie Spain pointing at his defenders. Ty Moses, he moves him to the right. Along with Braden Brockington, now he takes a snap. Brandon Brockington, the handoff in the backfield. Trying to work his way to the right side. Might have even lost a yard. Ball came loose, maybe after the play. The tackle was Tristan Kelly, the team leader in tackles as well as sacks, where he ranks 8th in the nation. Looked like he picked up 2, actually. Sorry, lost 2. Second down and 12 for PK. Ball at the 22-yard line. .5:15 left in the third. A 2-point lead for the Blue Wave. Senior night here for the Blue Wave, honoring their 7 seniors. This could be the final time they take the gridiron, but there is a chance if they win that they could be in the playoffs, dependent on other matchups across the state. Spain takes a snap, quickly hands it off to Ty Moses, who's rocked after the pass was incomplete. Delivering the hit was Demetrius Williams Jr., but Moses stood strong. Third down and 12 now, under 5 minutes in the third now. Ball on the far hash. See what Willie Jackson Jr., the coach, will draw up. Speaking with his quarterback on the sideline. Jackson wearing a white polo that he's sporting now for the second year. The second-year head coach sends Spain to the field now. Nickel defense as the snap almost intercepted, and it is Trent Kincaid, the linebacker, despite being punished by Brendan Brockington as the ball was in the air. He held on, an interception for Willie Spain. It's now 1st and 10 as it was picked off at the 28-yard line. 4:46 left in the third quarter, 14-12. ICA. Sorry, PK Yonge with the lead. But ICA could take it. So they're just outside of the end zone. Less than 30 yards away. Back in the game is Jaden Rollo. On the left side of him is Buckman. Right sideline for him, it's Jackie Shepard. As a timeout is called. Willie Jackson Jr. will burn a timeout before the first play of this drive. 14-12 PK Yonge. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Following the interception, 1st down and 10 for ICA from the PK 28. Jaden Rollo back in the game. Buckman on his right, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Takes the snap, looking downfield. Low pass intended for Demetrius Williams down the left sideline at the 15. Just a poorly placed ball makes it 2nd down and 10. 4:30 left in the third now. PK Yonge takes out the big D tackle Stokes in favor of Caden Hollinger. Shepard on the far sideline in terms of receiving. On the near sideline, number 1. Man lined up the slot. Hand off to Buckman. Working his way through a seam. Down the middle. Ball might have came loose. Down at the 28 goes Buckman. Just shy of the first down marker. Gain of 9 for Buckman, who's done some damage on the ground. Third down and short. Ball officially placed at the 19. They have to get to the 17 or 18. Looks like 3rd and 1. Facing a 4-man PK front. Offense takes the field. Rolo has Caldwell Hardy on his left, 2 receivers on the right. Shepard on the left. Hands it off to Caldwell Hardy. Burst past the line of gain. Touched down. Caldwell Hardy lunges forward to being almost ripped down. 18-14. ICA with the lead again. About a 20-yard touchdown run for Elijah Caldwell Hardy. Puts the visiting Lions on top. Elijah Caldwell Hardy. The nice touchdown run down the throat of the Blue Wave. And they'll go for 2. Rolo with Buckman on his left. Two receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Ball in the center of the field. Takes a snap. Floats it over the middle. Intended for Tristan Kelly, who was wide open, but a bullet pass too high above the 6'3" tight end. This makes it 18-14. Second time that the 2-point attempt has been unsuccessful. 3:13 left in quarter 3. PK will get the ball back following the break.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more.
Coming out of the break, 3:13 left in the third quarter. A touchdown and an unsuccessful 2-point attempt makes it 18-14 ICA over PK. Kicking off left to right is Kincaid. Back to receive is Ty Moses, who's standing beneath the 30. Line drive, left side, caught by Moses in the air, working his way down the right sideline, finally pushed out of bounds around the 40 as a couple dominoes fall after the play. First down and 10, PK Yonge down for the first time in the second half. They'll start from their own 40, going right to left. They actually placed the ball at the 39, so PK loses a yard. Temperature continuing to drop here in Gainesville. It's 72 now. So it's a hot day, the first day of November, senior night for PK Yonge. First and 10 for PK, 3:07 in the third quarter. The Blue Wave trail by 4, ball on the far hash. Tight formation for the Blue Wave in the shotgun. It's Willie Spain behind him as Morant takes the snap. Morant tackled on the right sideline. Lost maybe 4 yards. Blown up by the ICA defensive front. That'll make it second down and 14. Ball moved to the 30. They have to get to the 49. Wait. 35. They have to get to the 49. Still in the far hash. Huddle breaks up. Foley moves to the right. On the left, the receiver Ty Moses. Morant in the backfield behind Spain by 2 yards. Claps his hands. Fakes the handoff to Morant. Looking. Ball might have been tipped. And it's caught! Up the middle. Ty Moses got it through a scrum. No, it's incomplete. Despite him holding up the ball at the 45, would have been a gain of 9. Instead, third down and 14 for the Blue Wave. Very close play. Unclear by my eyes. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third quarter. ICA leads 18-14 over PK Yonge. Moses moves back to the near sideline. Ball still on the right hash. Morant still behind Spain and Foley to the right. Defenders moving around. Spain drops back, looking around. Here comes the pressure. Nice block. Spain still on his feet in the backfield. Flag comes in as he goes out of bounds. Another flag comes in on the sideline where he was out of bounds, the line of scrimmage. It was a gain of none. Would have been 4th down and 14, maybe 15, but we'll see what these flags dictate. Under 2 minutes now in the third quarter. They placed the ball at the 33. There's a block in the back by the offense, declined, so it's placed at the 33. They have to get to the 49. Long way to go. PK Yonge half the field. Out comes John Moran, who is the running back of the previous 3 snaps. ICA declined the penalty because that would make it 3rd down and longer. Instead, it's 4th down and longer. PK will go for it. Willie Spain in the backfield behind him. 2 receivers on each side. Takes the snap. Looking left. Floats it. Instantly, Tristan Kelly smashes the intended receiver. Brendan Brockington helped up again by Kelly. He's been a good sport. And the turnover on downs gives it back to ICA's offense. 1st down and 10 from the PK 32. 1:48 left in the third quarter. 18-14 ICA. Take a quick pause. You listen. ICA up by 10 now. 24-14 as the PAT 4-14 as the PAT awaits. 1:39 left in the third quarter. It's about a 33-yard touchdown pass. Rollo to the receiver, Williams Jr. Rollo, after throwing 3 interceptions in the first half, has bounced back after being benched and now being reinstated. Looks like they'll go for the extra point after going for 2 the previous 2 times. Trent Kincaid, the kicker, there on the field. To hold it will be Andrew Wright Jr., the backup quarterback. Takes the highest snap. Blocked. John Morant finds his way from the outside. So PK Yonge keeps it a 10-point game. They trail 24-14 with 1 minute and 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Take a quick pause. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more.
Another ICA touchdown in the second half makes it 24-14 Lions over Blue Wave. Whistle blown before the kickoff. That would have went left to right by Trent Kincaid. It was a flag held by the official near the man who's expected to return, and Ty Moses. Now the flag comes in. Looks like they had 12 men on the field. Number 29 with an illegal substitution. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and they will move where they will kick off. So they will now kick off from the 45. 5-yard loss before the kick. That's the job for the returner. Ty Moses, got to be able to count your guys. Senior night here in PK Yonge. They were leading at halftime, but now they trail by 10. Kick towards the left side, caught by beneath the knees by Moses. Now he's working his way up the sideline over towards the 35. Trips, ball came loose, but out of bounds. He's down at the 37-yard line. It's at a 1st and 10, but a flag Might be in there. Yes, it is. Right where the returner was pushed out of bounds. See what this flag entails. 1 minute 32 left in the third quarter. As it was a 10-yard penalty against the receiving team. PK Yonge will now start this offensive drive from their own 24-yard line, going right to left. Ball between the hash marks. PK Yonge needs to win this game if they want to have a chance for making the playoffs. If they do win, it's kind of dependent on some other games in the state. Ball on the far hash. Foley on the right. So they hand it off to Morant, right side. Trying to get past the line of scrimmage. Instead, he's tied up. Might have grabbed 1, maybe 2 yards, or it's hard to tell. Second down and long, PK Yonge. They've got to get towards the Blue Wave 34-yard line. And they place the ball at the 27. Willie Spain returns from the sideline after discussing things with his head coach. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Blue Wave down by 10. Ball in the far hash. Wide left is number 29, Foley wide right. 3 is set to block the rushers from the right. They'll hand it off to Morant. Tries to find a hole, forcing his way forward, but it's a tie-up once more. And a similar result from the last time. Might have got him to the 30-yard line, so it's third down and 4 maybe for the Blue Wave. Seen a lot of John Morant in the second half. Might be because of Braden Brockington, who was cramping earlier in the game. Senior night here in PK Yonge. 7 seniors trying to get a win. The third quarter will come to a close, ticking down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 24-14, ICA. PK Yonge is to get away from this 10-point deficit if they want to get a victory on senior night and keep their postseason hopes alive. Take a quick pause for halftime. So you're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network. Sorry, between the breaks of quarters.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Coming out of the break, third down and 4 for PK Yonge. They're now going left to right to start the fourth quarter. They trail 24-14. Ball is placed at their own 30, trying to get to the 34. An I formation from the Blue Wave from the near hash. Foley on the right, receiver number 29 on the left. Willie Spain with the running back Morant behind him. Snaps the ball. Hands it off. Instantly torn up in the backfield. Now a flag. No, now the beanbag is dropped for a fumble. Number 1 has it, but it was number 28 destroying that play. So now be fourth down and long after being third down and 4. The Blue Wave are down by 10. Looks like PKN will keep the offense on. Ball is placed at the 26. They have to get to the 34, so 4th and 8 for PK. Facing the formidable Lions front. Braden Brockington moves to the near sideline, far sideline, number 29. A tight formation looking to block the man, number 2, Tristan Kelly, with 21 sacks in the season. Snaps the ball. Fakes the handoff to Morant. Airs that wobbly pass, right sideline. Intercepted. Number 1. Down at the ICA 40, and honestly, he should have just knocked that down. They would have had much better field position. But, of course, the DBs are going to want the stats. If he just knocked that ball down, ICA starts at their own 26. Instead, it's intercepted in 1st and 10 from their own 39 opposed to the PK 26. Okay. First down and 10 for ICA. Ball at their own 39 after the interception by number 1, thrown by Willie Spain, his 2nd of the game. Both teams with multiple picks. 10:49 left in this game. ICA leads 24-10, or 14. Rollo takes a snap. Line drive, right side. Good pass breakup by John Morant. No look, no contact either. Pass intended for Jackie Shepard at the 30, but Morant blocked it with the back. Second down and 10 from the 39. $10:43 left in the 4th quarter. PK Yonge playing on senior night, trying to honor their 7 seniors with the win. They led at halftime, but have given up 10 unanswered points in this second half. Second down and 10 for ICA. On the near hash. One receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Buckman in the backfield, they give it off to him. Bursting past the right guard, over towards the 50, taken down at the 48. 2 defenders taken down. The running back, Buckman. The leader being Sierra Foley, the senior. That's enough for a first down for the Lions. He's down at the PK 49. Now for the Blue Wave, 2 high safeties, Foley on the near side. Moses there on the strong side. 2 receivers on each side, ball between the hashes. Rollo hands it off, Caldwell Hardy breaks off a miss, makes another man miss, down towards the 30. He's got a block. His 1 man to beat, Ty Moses. Wrapped up, taken down at the sideline, 10 yards away from the end zone. A massive run for Elijah Caldwell Hardy, who continues to rake up yards from scrimmage. He now has over 1,000 all-purpose yards on the season. 9:59 left in this game. First and goal. No, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. Ball placed on the near hash. ICA threatening to score again. ICA with a new running back in the game. It's Houston White, the freshman. We haven't seen much of him today. He's situated behind the quarterback Rollo in the shotgun. Takes a snap, gives it off to Houston White. Working his way outside, past the line of scrimmage. Got a couple. Taken down, ripped outside by Ty Moses. Picked up maybe 4 or 5. He's outside on the far sideline down at the 6. So it's second down and 5. The line to gain is the 1. 9:50 left in this game. Senior night. The Lions threatening to go up 3 scores now. Ball on the far hash. Rollins pointing at his receiver. Jakari Hall wide left. Tucker and Buckman on the right. The backfield, it's White again. He gives it off to White, forcing his way up the middle. Might have grabbed 2. It'll make it third down and short. I think he's within the 5. 9:30 to go in this game. ICA looking to extend their 10-point lead. Clock ticks down at 9:20. Couple substitutions. PK Yonge. 9 of their 11 defenders bunched up on the right hash. As now 2 Lions go to the left. The receivers, Hall and Buckman. Caldwell Hardy, the running back in. The tight end, Kelly, outside the right tackle. Near hash. Rolo takes a snap, gives it off to Caldwell Hardy, working on the outside. Breaking his way through contact, inside. Touchdown, Lions. 30 points now for Impact Christian Academy to the 14 for PK. Now a 3-score game. If they can knock this one down. They have struggled for extra points and 2-point conversions today. They have failed to convert on 2 2-point conversions. They've only gotten, and they've missed their extra point attempts. They're going for 2. Rollo takes it, floats it, a fade, right sideline. And it is caught. Oh my goodness, what a play made in the right corner by Jackie Shepard. The fade, and that is the 3-score lead that ICA was looking for. Less than 9 minutes left in this game, 32-14. ICA, you're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network. I forgot to change this. It's the 3rd.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
First and 10, PK Yonge from their own 41. They trail 32-14 in the 4th quarter with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left. Senior night, their final game of the 2024 season, unless they can come back from this 18-point deficit that they find themselves in. 18 unanswered. Let that be 22 unanswered points in the second half. Ball in the far hash. Willie Spain with his running back, Braden Brockington, behind him. One in the slot on the right, 2 on the left. Hands it off to Brockington. Spins through contact. Working his way outside. Up to the 50, outside. He's got a flurry of ICA defenders to beat. Breaking his way, still out of inbounds. Finally forced out at the 22. A long run for Braden Brockington. What a run from number 2. Taken down by Impact Christian Academy's Mario Pratt, who's slow to get up, but he'll stay on the field. First down and 10, PK Yonge at the 25 is where they mark him out, so I guess he stepped out of bounds before the contact. PK Yonge, they trail by 18. Plenty of time left, 8 minutes and 10 seconds left, but they've got to get points on the board quickly. Ball in the near hash. Foley and Moses, the receivers on the left. Foley on the far hash. Near sideline, Braden Brockington as his 29 in the slot. Spain takes a snap, throws it, caught by Foley, makes a man miss. Sorry, it's Moses down the sideline. Inside the 15, gets a first down, I believe. He's down at the 14. Tackled by Trent Kincaid, who brought him out of bounds. 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go. 32-14 PK Yonge. First down and 10. The ball is placed at the 14. Far hash. The running back, Braden Brockington, comes in. Spain takes a snap, airing it over the middle. 29, just beyond his outstretched pink gloves. Would have been a touchdown for the wide open receiver. Instead, it's incomplete, second down and 10. Ball back on the far hash. Second down and 14 from the 14. Sorry, second down and 10 from the 14. PK Yonge with 14 points for the Lions, 32. 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go for ICA to pick up their 5th win of the season. Blue Wave want to get their 6th and maintain their hopes for a postseason spot. They also want to get a win on senior night. They're down 3 scores. 2 receivers wide right, 2 on the left. Spain in the shotgun with Brockington behind them. Facing a 5-man front, hands it off to Brockington. Forces his way forward, got space, left side, ankle, wrapped up, brought down inside the end zone. Touchdown, Braden Brockington, his 2nd of the game. It's 32-20 now. Still an Impact Christian Academy lead. And it looks like they'll go for 1. Jackson will play it cool, try to make it an 11-point game. Touchdown came with 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go. It's a 14-yard touchdown run for Braden Brockington, his 2nd of the game. Moses will hold. Moderately high snap. Foley lines it in. So the extra point is good. Lead cut down to 11. 32-21. PK Yonge got to keep their foot on the gas as the clock will continue to go down. But it's been a defensive game thus far. 4 interceptions thrown by the Lions. 3 by the starter Rolo, 1 by the backup Wright Jr. We'll see what can happen. There's also been fumbles lost on both ends and fumble recovers for touchdowns on both ends as well. Seven minutes and 3 seconds left in this game. 32-21. ICA over PKY. Sierra Foley will kick it off from his own 40-yard line, left to right. Back to return is Elijah Caldwell-Hardy on the near side, far side number 1. Foley charges, boots this one off with that strong right leg. It's caught by Caldwell-Hardy at the 9, working his way up the middle. Bursting through, pass towards the 40. Still have space, inside the 40, 30. Finally taken down inside the PK Yonge 20. Oh my goodness, Elijah Caldwell-Hardy finally brought down by Ty Moses, but a monstrous run by the junior. And that is not what the Blue Wave wanted if they want to come back from was a 3-score lead or a 3-score deficit before the previous touchdown. First down and 10 for ICA. Ball is placed at the 18. And Elijah Caldwell-Hardy continues to extend his grasp on the team lead in all-purpose yards. Might be up to about 1,100 now. They're coming into today's game with 900. First and 10. PK Yonge showing a 4-man front, 3 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. For ICA, they go back to their sophomore quarterback Andrew Wright Jr. Maybe they're confident about their lead now, or let that be Jaden Rollo. One receiver on the left, two on the right, ball in the near hash. They hand it off to Buckman. He's going right now, juking. Got some space, and he's taken down inside the 15. Might have picked up 4. Second down and 6. ICA, ball now between the hashes. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. PK Yonge needs to stop here if they want to get back in this game. They trail 32-21 on senior night. It's the second year of Willie Jackson Jr.'s tenure as head coach of his alma mater. He's already secured a winning season, something that they did not have last year, where they went 3-7. Ball on the far hash. Rollo moves Buckman to his left hip. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Buckman, steps outside, rolling right. Here comes some pressure from Sternad. Airs out into the end zone, tipped by Sierra and Foley's right hand, incomplete. Third down and 6 for ICA. 5:50 left in the fourth. Blue Wave down by 11. Crunch time. They need a stop. Jaden Rollo is receiver number 1. Over towards the numbers on the left side. There's Buckman in the backfield. Receiver Shepard on the right. Hands it off to Buckman, bolting forward. Looks like he's got a first down. Tackled at the 7. No, he's a yard short. 4th down and 1. Will ICA go for this, or will they go for the kick? They've struggled in special teams. And it is a first down. Late movement of the chains. First down and goal from the 7. Timeout PK Yonge. ICA leads 32-21 with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network. Take a quick pause.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break,
First and goal for ICA from their opposing 7. They lead 32-21. Trying to put the nail in the coffin with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball on the far hash for the quarterback, Jaden Rollo. It's receiver number 1 on the near hash. 2 on the right. Takes a snap, hands off to Buckman. Works past the defender, forcing his way forward. Through some contact. Close to the goal line. Is it a touchdown? It's right at the 1. Hard to tell. Buckman thinks it's a touchdown. Drops to his back in disbelief. Down at the 1. Clock ticking down, second and goal. About 2 feet to go if you're ICA. PK Yonge will pack the line now. Under 5 to go. Tight formation. The Lions throw a receiver on the near sideline. Make it 2 to draw away some defenders. Jaden Rollo looking to his coaching staff on the right sideline. Buckman in the backfield. Just outside the right sideline, it's Shepard. Near sideline, Hall. They take the snap. They give it to Buckman. Close. 3 flags come in from all sorts of directions. They say he was down at the 1 once again. We'll see what happened here. Still no signs as the flags are picked up. They place the ball at the 1 as they bring in the big D tackle, Cameron Stokes. So face mask against the defense makes it even closer to the goal, so it's second down, 3 inches away from the goal line. Rollo takes that, hands off to Buckman, works it on the outside, touchdown. Impact Christian, 38-21 now for ICA with 4:24 to go in this game. The halftime score was 14-6 PK Yonge. 32-7 is the scoring differential in this second half. 32 points poured on by the Lions offense. PK Yonge's defense, maybe they've gotten figured out or maybe they've gotten tired. Senior night, it's now a 17-point lead as ICA will go for 2. They keep the quarterback rolling. Rollo out there, number 1 on the near sideline. 2 receivers on the right. The big tight end Kelly and Shepard. Near sideline, near hash, it's Takari Hall. They take the snap. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Rollo, who's brought down. So then a push comes in. Now a helmet is ripped off as a flag comes in. A little bit of extracurricular activities from Cameron Awuma. He was tackled and pushed, and then he pushed and ripped his helmet off. 2-point conversion is no good. 38-21 points. ICA leads. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's looking like PK Yonge will drop this senior night contest. For PK Yonge, they trail 38-21 with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go. A 3-score deficit. Young sportsmen-like conduct penalties are on both teams. They offset each other. So now ICA will kick off right to left from their own 40. It's Trent Kincaid to send it over. Back to return, it's Ty Moses and Sierra and Foley, both between the hash marks at the 20. Blue Wave down by 17 with 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in what could be their season. Senior night here. The 7 seniors being honored in what looks like their final high school football game as the official talking to the ICA staff on the far sideline, trying to figure out what happened as there's a heated coach being held back by his teammate, by one of the players. A very upset coach. Unclear as to what he's upset about. Maybe the young sportsman-like conduct from both teams after the failed 2-point attempt, but I mean at this point it's not personal. So you don't need to show this level of emotion as an assistant coach. So, trying to figure out what's going on the ICA sideline as this game is in the twilight seconds. 4 minutes, 24 seconds left, 38-21, ICA over PK. The Blue Wave find themselves in a big hole if they want to keep their season alive with a potential late game scoring rally, but it's not looking good. There's a kick from Kincaid, a live drive on the ground. Picked up at the 30 by Moses. Pitches it out to Foley. Works his way on the near hash, but he's taken down at the 34. A bold play as they mark him down despite Corday Rolak holding the ball in his hand, saying, hey, I got that. What happened? No, it's first down and 10 from the 34 for the Blue Wave, and we'll see what they draw up. The true freshman quarterback, Willie Spain, he's had a solid day in his first start of the season, but he needs to show some spectacular play if they want to somehow win this game. It's looking dim. 4:17 left in the fourth quarter, 38-21 ICA over PK. They move the ball to the 35, first down and 10 for the Blue Wave. Looking at a four-man Lions front. Ball in the near hash. Spain in the pistol. Behind him is Braden Brockington. Gives it off to him. He rolls to the right side. Wrapped up, tripped. No, he stays up. Taken down to the 39. What a play by Braden Brockington. Looked like he was going to be taken down in the backfield, but instead he works his way forward. So they mark him down at the 39. 2nd and 6. Clock continues to tick. We're within 4 minutes. Two receivers on each side. Ball in the near hash. Brockington behind Spain. Takes a low snap beneath the knees. Sends it off. Intercepted at the line of scrimmage. Down the right sideline. Inside. Is he there? He's in the end zone. Did he step out of bounds? No. Interception. Pick 6. Impact Christian Academy. Demetrius Williams Jr. with his second pick of the day. 44-21 ICA with 3:26 to go. A 35-yard pick 6 for Williams Jr., the senior. And what a second half for ICA. 6 points in the first half. Now 38 in the second half. A defensive collapse, fortunately for the Blue Wave. Looks like they'll go for 2 again. With 3:26 to go, they're looking to make this a 25-point lead. Rollo gets Buckman in the backfield. Two receivers, a receiver in motion, right to left, takes the snap on the right side. Flag comes in, floats it right side. Interception made by Morant. 3 flags in there. We'll see what happens. This would be the 4th failed 2-point conversion of the game for ICA. See if it's against the Lions or the Blue Wave. So it's an illegal shift for the Blue Wave, for the Lions, and then roughing the passer, I suppose. Called against PK Yonge. Not sure there was much there, but I guess there was by the official's eye. So we'll replay the 2-point attempt. They don't move the ball placement. It's right there at the 2-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. Ball dead center between the hash marks. They bring in Andrew Wright Jr., the backup quarterback, with Buckman on his right side. Number 1 on the left. On the outside. Inside of him is Corday Rolak. Elijah Corday Harden on the far side. Hash. Then beyond him is Jackie Shepard. Tight formation for PK Yonge, trying to defend the 2-point attempt. Trying to keep this a 23-point game. Caldwell Shepard moves in motion, but he fires it over the middle in the end zone, but not reeled in by Jackie Shepard. So it stays a 23-point game with 3:26 left to go. ICA 44, PK 21. The Blue Wave looking at the end of their season. Take a quick pause. You're listening to the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Blue Wave trails 44-21 after the touchdown from ICA with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in this game in what looks like PK's 2024 season. 44 ICA, 21 PK. Kincaid kicking it off from their own 40, right to left, moderately high, rolls off the ground, picked up by Sierra and Foley at the 20. He's working his way up the middle, and he's wrapped up and drops at the 25. So first down and 10, PK Yonge might be at the 24. We'll see what late game heroics PK Yonge can try to attempt with what is just under 200 seconds left in their season. The Blue Wave, they had a 14-6 point lead at halftime. They've been outscored 38 points to 7 in the second half. First down and 10 from the 25. The far sideline, 2 on each side in terms of receiving. They hand it off to Brockington, working on the near sideline. Good block there, delivered. He's over to the 40, steps over a defender, taken down at the 47. Good run from Braden Brockington as he was taken down by Demetrius Williams Jr. And Brockington, while the team has struggled, he has just almost 150 yards now. 3:09 left in this game. Ball placed at the 46. .245 now in this game. 44-21 ICA, ball in the near hash for Willie Spain, the quarterback. 2 receivers tight on the right, 2 on the left. He'll roll out and keep it. He's tripped up, tackled for a loss at the 38. Slow to turn over on the tackle. Trent Kincaid, the linebacker, blowing it up. He's done a lot of damage on the defensive end of the ball. For PK Yonge, this looks like the end of their 2024 season. Likely to drop to 5-4 overall. It's been an improvement statistically from their 3-7 year last season in year 1 of Willie Jackson Jr.'s tenure. Ball in the far hash. Brockington behind. 43, slow to get up is Brockington. That'll make it second down and short. No, yes, it is third down and short. There's a injured Lion. I think he might just be cramping on the far side. Yes, he is just cramping. So we'll take a quick pause for the injury. A minute 22 left. 44-21 ICA over PK Yonge.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football.
Third down and short following the injured Lions defender who made his way to the sideline. We wish him the best. Ball between the hashes on the PK 43. They have to get towards the 46. Two receivers on each side of the offensive formation. Spain has Brockton behind him. He gives it off to him. Works his way past one defender, but he's taken down in the backfield. Dropped at the 41. Delivering the blow for ICA, it's number 21, Amari Jenkins. 4th and 4 for PK. Ball is placed at the 42. This could very well be the final offensive snap of the season for PK Yonge. So there's less than a minute to go. Blue Wave trail by 23 over the visiting Lions. Spain, Brockton behind them. On the left, it's Foley and Brendan Brockton. Gives it off, right sideline. Moses catches, gets a first down, taken down at the 48 of the ICA sideline. Taken down by Aiden Smith, the linebacker. 1st and 10 for PK Yonge, 34 seconds left in this game. Blue Wave down 44-21 over ICA. Ball will be on the near hash on 1st and 10. The clock stopped at 34 seconds remaining. For PK Yonge, the final high school snaps of their 7 seniors. Foley, Ashley, Hughes, Delgado, Stranad, Oliveria, and Neely. Done a lot for this program and their time here. Ball in the near hash. And it was, I guess, a turnover on downs. Sorry. They take the snap down at the 44. They take a shot down the right sideline, and it's intercepted. Ty Moses at the 25. Down the far sideline, past the 50. One-man man to beat. He's pushed out of bounds at the 38. Pushing him out of bounds was Armand Dubose. And the Blue Wave offense will get one more offensive shot in this 2024 season. They mark him out at the 36-yard line. 21 seconds left in this game. ICA leads 44-21 over PK Yonge. Ball on the far hash for the quarterback, Willie Spain, and 1st and 10. Now I wonder, will they look to go towards Sierra Foley, the senior, who's on the far side of the field? The ball is placed on the far sideline as well. On the near sideline, it's Brendan Brockington. Spain pointing to his man out towards the right, takes a snap, he'll take a knee, and that'll do it. PK Yonge loses 44-21 on senior night to ICA. Handshakes, a tough loss to end the season. Willie Spain, the freshman quarterback, couldn't get it done, filling the shoes of the junior A.J. Powers. And year 2 of head coach Willie Jackson Jr.'s tenure of his alma mater will come to a close. The final score being 44-21, as the Blue Wave will drop to 5-4 in the season, ending their season, whereas Impact Christian Academy moves to 5-4 with one more game to come next week against Episcopal School of Jacksonville. Take a quick pause. Postgame show coming up next on the Blue Wave Audio Network.
You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave. You're listening to PK Yonge Football. After the break, we'll have more of the Blue Wave.
Welcome into the Blue Wave post-game show. PK Yonge ends their season with a 44-21 loss against Impact Christian Academy. Tough loss for PK Yonge, who led 14-6 at halftime, but then gave up 38 points to the 7 that they scored. A tough loss on senior night for the Blue Wave and a tough way to end the season. PK Yonge, of course, thanking their 7 seniors, Sierra and Foley, the wide receiver, kicker, and safety. As with Jared Ashley, the senior and cornerback who has been at PK since kindergarten. Rory Hughes, also honored, as with Jonelle Delgado, the wide receiver / defensive end. Austin Stranad, the lineman. Joey Oliverio, the defensive lineman. And Malachi Neely, the other D lineman. 7 Blue Wave players ended their high school career tonight. Wish them the best in their future at PK Yonge for the remainder of this school year and for their time after they've graduated from the PK Research and Development School at the University of Florida. Impact Christian Academy with a big win to go to 5-4 in the year. They'll continue their season next week at Episcopal School of Jacksonville. Was the Blue Wave dropped to 5-4 in the season, their final game of the season. It is an improvement from their 3-7 year last year, first year of head coach Willie Jackson Jr.'s tenure, where they averaged 16.2 points per game. That increased quite a bit this season, averaging 29.3 points coming into this game and surpassing that 16.2 average 6 of their 9 games. PK Yonge ending their season 5-4. A tough loss, 44-21 against the Impact Christian Academy. With that, I'd like to extend my gratitude to this program for giving me the opportunity to broadcast these games. It's been a pleasure broadcasting these Blue Wave home games. So PK Yonge drops this one 44-21 against Impact Christian Academy. Ends their season 5-4, as ICA moves to 5-4 with 1 game ahead. So that'll be the end of the Blue Wave's 2024 season. On behalf of the Blue Wave Audio Network, I'm Lance Williams, signing off from Gainesville.